Okay, now we should be back. And we should be on Facebook as well. Are we all there? All right. Okay. Hi, Sue. Hi, Michelle. Sorry to those people that were on YouTube before, but you were all on YouTube because somehow my Facebook feed dropped out, even though it was there this afternoon. And all day I've been testing. Hi, Peter. Hi, Robin. Hi, Dell. Hi, April from Queensland. Andrea, Karen. Yep, in need of a gin tonight. Hello. All right, now that's better. Now we've got a lot more here. So I was wondering what was going on. It was just still streaming to my Facebook test group, which is only 2 people because I don't like to annoy them for the hours that I'm testing and trying to work out what's going on. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Rhonda. Yes, I'm well, thank you. Hope you are too. Hi, Judith. You're back. Thank you for finding me again. Hi, Kim. Yep, what's to drink, Kim? I will show you what's on the menu tonight. We were just going through the gin cabinet and seeing how many more Tasmanian ones I had left to get through. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Veronica. Come on, buddy. On your bed. Quick, on your bed. Sorry, Bentley's just joined us. Hi, Susan. Hi, Anne. Yep. So we'll just wait for a few more to come on, although you're all here pretty quickly. Hi, Wanda. I think you're new. I don't think I've seen you before here. I got booted. Sue got booted off of Facebook, the first feed. Not sure. Or maybe you're on YouTube. And yes, you got booted because I had to stop and fix it. Hi, Denise. Hard to find me? Oh, sorry. No, because at first I was streaming to a private group instead of to my page. So I had to stop and start again. Sorry about that. Hi, Amanda. Oh, are you new? No, I think you have been here before. So yes, but anyway, here now. Now I'm not hopeful that we're not going to have issues again tonight because still nothing has been resolved despite hours and hours of testing. The only plan might be a brand new laptop, which I just can't afford right now. So we're just going to struggle through, and you've been very patient with me for the last 6 or so weeks since it's been happening. So you might just have to be patient again. If we freeze, we just have to sit and wait till we unfreeze. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Shelley again. Welcome back. Sorry I bumped you off there and started again. Yeah. So my gin of the night is another Tasmanian version. This is Taylor and Smith, which is just at Moona down the road from us. Lovely clear picture and sound. So it is a little bit better, isn't it? I have changed the configuration of how I've plugged things in, and it does look a little bit clearer, I think, but I'm still not confident we're not going to freeze eventually. Hi, Laurel. Yeah, so Taylor and Gin and they're just in Moona, just down the road from me, next suburb. It's very dangerous. This is a long time. They've got lots of different ones, but this is just a good, solid, very nice gin. Not. I couldn't say what the botanicals are or what the flavors are. It's just like a standard tasting gin. Like I can't taste florals or citrus but it's very nice with soda and lemon tonight. I'm having it with. And this is a little baby bottle. These are very sweet, these little baby bottles. And I do have to say that when I first found this gin, because our local post office, hi Lynelle and Lois, hello. So we work with our local post office ever since I got down here. And Michelle and John took it over from John's parents, or probably 20 years ago. And do an amazing job, and certainly an amazing job as our Australia Post managers or account. They actually won, I think it was the best LPO in Australia this year, or late last year. They're very good. Anyway, a little Christmas gift one year for us being one of their biggest accounts was a little bottle of this gin, this Taylor gin. So that's how I discovered the Taylor gin. And I keep this as my takeaway. So if I'm going around to friends and I've got to be a good girl, I just fill up this little one and just have a couple of nips in there from the big one. So yeah, that's a really nice one. You'll find that everywhere in Tassie and probably interstate in the bottle shops too. So Taylor and Smith gin, and they come in these gorgeous bottles with Lynn and Robin, if you're there, these very pretty pink lids. Okay. Hi Lorraine, hi Joy, hi Sharon. Welcome. So that's my gin of the week, and we'll see how much I need it. ASA people, you might recognise our little purple glasses from last year's affair in Tasmania, which was a purple theme. So that's actually a really nice gin glass. So other than that, have we all had a good week? I've been home for a whole week, which is nice, and pretty much spent the whole week dealing with websites down and technical issues as always. But the websites really went down this week, so we really have been attacked by all these things called bots and DDoS attacks and crawlers and all these new things I've heard about. Thousands of new fake accounts on the website which just take all the bandwidth and crash them. So still working on that, a lot of late nights because all developers and experts seem to be in India. So it's a different time zone to us. Anyway, the Hugs and Kisses website was back up today. Quarter Inch and Easy EPP is still down, but Hugs and Kisses is back up and working today. Still more to be improved, but finally. So yes. So I did release ASA bookings to previous members today, finally, because you could get on and book it. And soon we'll be going to our wait list. So if you're not on our ASA wait list for our little affair in June and you want to be, message me and get on that wait list for our amazing weekend this year at Tamar Valley Resort up near Launceston. It's a very special weekend. A lot of our ASA family are on here tonight. Hi, Catherine. I think you're a new Catherine. We have several Catherines, but I think you might be a new Catherine. Hi, Marie. I think you might be new too. A few new names on here tonight. Better than last week? Oh, the feed is better than last week, Robin. Is that what you mean? I think it is at the moment. So maybe just those couple little tweaks are helping a bit, but I'm still not confident it's not going to freeze when we start demoing. Hi, Jane. Hope you made it home safely and enjoyed your Big Mac last night. All right, so what have I got to show you? I probably shouldn't ramble too long because maybe the longer I do it, the more chance we have of freezing. Hi, Linda. So first of all, I have to show you my finish for today. I really love this. So this is my mini spot-on cushion. ASA is a stitching affair, Denise. That's our it's our very exclusive retreat we run once a year. So usually in the middle of winter in Tassie, so it's nice, warm and stitching weather. So we limit it to only about 36 people. So we have a long wait list and we have an amazing weekend. But get yourself on the list if you want. You and Rhonda should come, actually. You would really love it. Yes. Brenda, yes, you're here. Well done. And you missed my announcement about ASA, but you might be getting a message soon. Christine Dearden, hello. Sandra, hello from Paris in France. Sandrine, I think that is. Hello. So this is my mini spot-on cushion. So if you've been following me on Instagram, hi, Carrie from Western Australia, you would know that these are the 144 little spots that I stitched on my cruise recently. I quickly got them ready before I went and just had them as single little squares with the dot basted on, ready to stitch. So I stitched them in the bars and I stitched them on the islands and I stitched them by the pool and I stitched them in the dark. Basically it's a smaller version of our spot-on cushion, which is, you will have seen this one. Okay, so they're 2-inch circles. These ones are 1 inch. So it does have its own ruler, which I can't find where I put mine. And you just use scraps like so, and then we use a grid interfacing, which I didn't bring any up, but I'm trying to make a heap of projects to feature this at AQC this year, the grid piecing. I'm actually also trying to get my own product made with it as well. But so pretty to use up all the scraps. And then I just used like a black sort of texture on the back, and I just picked a nice fresh pink for the binding. Receive my pattern for charm pack. Thanks for the little gifts. Is the ring a thread cutter? Yes, it is. I actually don't even know it was in there, Catherine, but if it's a ring, yes, I think it's a thread cutter. Oh, Linda, eat it on your lap. Okay, so that's our mini spot on, and no, the pattern's not up yet, so I'll need to photograph, get the postcard pattern, and poor Shed Guy's just getting longer and longer, so he needs to cut all the little mini spot on templates, but we'll have that at AQC, if not before. Hi, Janet. You thought it was 9 my time? Where are you, Janet? In Western Australia? I'm not sure. A little poem for where I stitched them. I'm not sure I'm that clever. Yeah, so I really like that. I love that. And, you know, if I had time, I would do a whole quilt like that. I think it's gorgeous. Having said that, actually, if you've been following me for years, every now and then I bring out my Practice Makes Perfect project, which is just circles from 1/4 inch up to 4 inch. And I've just been appliquing them onto squares for several years, just when I've got nothing else to do. Oh, UK, Janet, welcome from the UK. Hello. So what time is it there? It's not 9, obviously. Might be 10. So one day, I've got thousands of them. One day I need to put them up on a design wall when I've got a free wall that's big enough to put them up on, and join those all together in a quilt. Because remember, I always say that practice makes perfect, and the applique police always check the circles first. But of course, it's done over our applique die cut or laser cut papers, so it's pretty perfect to start with, but it's certainly the best way to do it. So I really love this. It's my favorite project for a long time. Hi, Mary. Hi, Edel. And hi, Cheryl. 8:15 for you too. Okay. Yes. So that is that one. And never fear, though, who's coming to AQC? I'm not sure if I actually showed you these before when I was making them. But if you're coming to AQC, these are our little make and take projects. So bookings, not bookings, the website, they went up live on the AQC website this week, all the make and takes and all the seminars. So I've also added them to the website, because the last few years they say to come and book on the stand, but it's easier for us. Shelley, you're in Sydney again. Oh, hope you're enjoying it. So it's easy for us to actually pre-sell them on the website, have your name on them, and take them all there for you, and then they're all done. So this is a little project. There'll be both coloured kits. It'll be random what you get, whether you get the little minty tealy blue or whether you get the soft apricot and pinks. This was the first version I did, which actually has circles around the sides, but there's no way you're going to get too much of that done in the 50 minutes we have at the make and take. So so we're just going to do this little one with 9 spots on it, which you won't get done either. But if you wanted to add more when you get home, you certainly could do the ones around the side. But I think it's just as cute without them around the side. And again, it's on our fusible grid interfacing. So it's learning the grid piecing that I'm right into at the moment. And it comes together really easily. So you get the little mini spot on template in your kit, and the glue pen, and the thread, and the spots, and the fabric, and you just have to finish it at home. So that's my make and take. They are on the website now. There's only 15 spots per day, so it runs every day. I think my session is at 12:30 or maybe 11:30, one of those. It says on the website link. I'll just put the link in for you. So yeah, they sell out quickly. So it gives you a chance to pre-order it before you get there if you know what you're doing. There you go. I'll put the link in. Otherwise, you can run into the stand when the doors open and see if there's any left for that day. But most times we pre-sell them, sell out before we get there. But yeah, I think they're pretty cute, and you get to and the grid piecing, and you then could make the big cushion. couldn't you? You could then make the big cushion. All right, so that's the mini spot on cushion. Do you want me to switch to the overhead? Well, let's just switch to the overhead and see what happens so you can see them. There we are. So there they are there. So as you can see, that one I added spots around the side as well, but that added an extra 12 spots. So we're just going to do the little 9 one during the make and take. But I think they're a bit sweet. Very sweet. Wrong link. Oh, gosh. Wrong link. Thanks, Joe. Maybe the wrong link is on it. If it is, I'll have to add it later. No, there we are. That's the right link now. Okay. So I did put the right link in. All right. So far, so good. We haven't frozen and we're reasonably clear. So far, so good. Okay. All right. That's that. What's next in my little bag? Okay. If you're a Stitches, oh, I can just see on my phone that it's a little bit fuzzy. Okay, a little bit fuzzy. Hi, Joe. Hi, Anita. Okay, yeah, a little bit fuzzy. We're going a bit fuzzy. All right. If you're a Stitches gardener, then I'll just give it a little minute to catch up. Right. If you're a Stitches gardener, you should have this by now. And I know some people have even finished it. Oh, Gidget, well, I did miss you. Hi, Susan. So some people have actually almost have finished this. I've seen a couple of Rebecca's on Instagram. And this, can't find my pen's fallen out, I think. But, okay, so this was the first project for this year. This is called the Bantry Bay journal cover. And it actually fits the homespun or the Quilter's Companion diaries really nicely. But you can put it on any journal and you can keep all your projects for the year in there. Has a little spot here for your pen, and they actually did get a pen as well. One of our little gorgeous new little pink Hugs and Kisses pens. But anyway, I'm going to put my paintbrush in there. So it has a spot for your pen, has a handle, and then it just opens up to the inside like that. Again, it's been done over the grid, fusible grid interfacing. So it's a grid piecing method, but I've just done a little hand quilting through it. And then it's got this panel of embroidery on here, which actually, sorry, was a lot of embroidery. But let's switch to the overhead so you can see it and hope that it works. Oh, that didn't work because it's showing you it's stuck on the old one. Gosh, now we're there. Okay, but a little bit fuzzy. Okay, so if I lift that up, you can see all this embroidery. They're little woven roses and some French knots and all these are little fly stitch leaves on just trawling vines, a little bit, William Morris-ish. So yeah, so that was the first Bantry Bay, the first Stitches Garden project, which is now available to everyone. You just don't get all the extra goodies, but we have kits and we have the patterns and we have the grid interfacing to make that. You can, of course, just, piece all these squares together, but I'm just loving this grid piecing method because it's just so accurate. I don't have to match all these joins. It just sort of butts and folds beautifully. So I've got some more projects that I've made in it that I can't show you yet because they're not finished, and I figured I had enough to show you tonight. But I will just put the link for Bantry Bay in. And if you've got a homespun diary for this year, you'll know that it will fit perfectly. And if you don't, well, that's okay. You can just fit it to any journal or diary that you've got. But I thought it actually originally would be nice to keep all your recipes in that you get in the project in Stitches Garden. So there's been 6 or 7 years of recipes now. You could keep them all in there, or you could just get a journal and write your projects for the year in there, all the fabrics used, all the rest of it. So that's the first one for the year. Some people like to make a new journal cover every year. So that's that one. Okay, what else is in my little bag? Bentley? No. Bentley, give. No. Up on your bed. Oh, gosh, he's taking all my... Okay, look at that. Naughty boy. He's been eating and dissolving the applique pieces. All right. All right. Okay, what else is he taking? You don't touch. Okay, next. New just in because they were requested is the Supreme slider. So good to store prescriptions. Good idea, Linda. Good idea. So the Supreme sliders, they've been around for years, and apparently Gypsy Quilter have bought out the original brand and are making them now. So originally, does it say on here? Yeah, designed by Pat Lapierre, award-winning quilter. So she made the original ones, and and now they've brought out by Gypsy Quilter. So it's just like this Teflon sort of mat, and it's like sticky on the pink side. Sort of not really sticky. It's like sticky sort of. So it will stick, but it just peels off. It doesn't leave anything on your machine. So you put that on the bed of your machine. You line that up. Primarily for free motion quilting, so it's got a little circle cut out there just for your needle, so you can line that up with where your bouncy foot or your darning foot is on your machine, and the needle goes through there. And what it does is it's like silicone, like using silicone spray, so it makes it really smooth, and when you're trying to move your quilt around, it just glides around nicely on that, so that it slides basically. So we've got some of the small ones of those. We did have some of the big ones coming, but while they're cheaper than what the original ones used to be, they're still quite expensive. So we can order those if you want. So this size is $46.50, I think. The larger ones, electrostatic, I think that's the word, Peter, thank you. The larger ones are almost $100, but they're quite a bit bigger if you've got one of the big flatbed machines. Having said that, the original ones were up to $100 as well. So anyway, that's the Supreme slider. I will put the link in because they were asked. We were asked to get them in because they are great for free motion work. So things don't stick and they slide along. A couple of new pre-cuts in store. They're not on the website, so you just have to message for these ones. This is me and my sister, and they always do really nice, fun, bright colours. Really happy, fresh, clear colours. Sort of like gelato ice cream sort of colourways. So we have, I think Joe said 3 of those. Jackie, you were watching last week's, or it might have been one of my tests during the week, was it maybe? Never mind, you're here now. Okay, so we have 3 of those jelly rolls. They're really fun. That would make a very pretty pastel-y sort of ice cream soda type quilt. So it's me and my sister, on the bright side it's called, me and my sister. And then we have one of these fat quarter packs of Old Glory. So this is, I think it's actually Camille, which is different colours for her. Old Glory. Oh, Lila Boutique. Okay. But it's different colours for her too. So this is actually very much sort of red, white and blue. Very nice. Very pretty. So again, not on the website because the website's been out of action, but we have one only of those. Can't tell you the price. It's not on there, but it'll be standard sort of motor bundles. And we're freezing. Okay, we were bound to freeze eventually. I'll just give it a rest. Perhaps switch back to the overhead for a minute. Hi, Melissa. All right. It's a bit blurry, isn't it? Hi, Leanne. Made it. Welcome. All good. Okay. Yeah, look, it seems to be all right on my phone there. One other thing I was just going to show you is we have these iron cleaners in. Non-flammable magic iron cleaner. I haven't used it myself, but I saw someone do a live this week, said it was amazing, took all of the fusible web off the iron when they ironed it up the wrong way. So yeah, so we have those, and I forgot to put the link in for that, but I think actually it might not be on the website. I might have to get that on tomorrow. Hi, Di from New Zealand. Di, I'm coming to New Zealand. I'm coming in October to Symposium. I've not been to, I've landed in the airport once at midnight for an hour, but other than that, I've not been to New Zealand, and I probably won't get to see anything because I'm teaching 5 full-day classes, but that's all right. I'll be excited that I'm coming to New Zealand. Okay, so let me just put a couple of, put the Supreme Slider links in. Okay. And I'm just going to put the mini iron in while we're at it because I'm about to show you that. Just let me pick up my goodies first. Okay, so many of you pre-ordered the mini Aliso Pro irons that have arrived at all stores this week in Australia. They finally arrived. They come in this coral colour and a pistachio colour and a, is it avocado? I think the name of the green one is. So there's 3 colours. We've only got 3 left. Those that pre-ordered and paid a deposit, you should have had your invoice for the rest, and I think most have been shipped. And this was mine to bring home. So it's bigger than the little birch ones. It's almost the size of the little cheap, Aqua, sorry, Joe, thank you. The other one's called Aqua. Probably, you know, the little $9 Kmart ones, it's probably almost as big as that. It's heavier than that. It's got a nice grip handle here, and it has a little light at the front, which shows your way. And then this is the temperature dial. Maybe I need to go back to the overhead. Okay. So it has a little mat that you can sit it on, or it can sit on its end as well. And then this mat on this side, you actually slide that under the Teflon and you can hang that up to store it. This is the power button, so I've turned it on and I've got my temperature up to full, so it's on steam, and when it's up to temperature, the little white lights around here will go white. When it's ready to steam, these little 2 lights on the outside will go white. But see, there's this little light at the front here, so you can light your way. I'm not quite sure why you would need to light your way, but that's a bit nifty. And yeah, it just sort of fits in the palm of your hand like that. It's quite nice. And to steam, as you're ironing, you just press these 2 side buttons. See that steam shoot out? It actually gets up to heat really quite quickly. And I was steaming today. I was steaming my my binding on that cushion, so I was holding my binding, and that steam is hot coming out there. I had to switch to my Teflon tool to save my fingers. So at the moment, it is getting quite, I'm thinking it's getting quite hot, but I've only got it on full, and I probably only ever use it on full. I only actually use any iron on full. I've never turned them down. No, it doesn't pop up, Fiona, but you can leave it down on your little mat, or you can sit it up like that. But no, it's not like the big ones where it pops up and down. It has an auto shut off, which is not hugely long, but you just touch your button again and it gets back to heat really quickly. The water goes in here. The only thing I can say is if you are using it for steam, and I think I'd use it more for fusing my pieces on where I don't use steam anyway. But if you're going to use it for steam, it's great steam, but it's just a very small water tank, so it doesn't last very long. So you have to fill up with water quite often. But, you know, for a little portable line sitting next to me on the lounge at night while I'm fusing all my pieces of paper on or on here without steam, it's going to be great. But I think when I'm steaming lots of things on my ironing board, I'll still use my big one. Now, if you watched my little live reel the other night when I first unboxed it, I mentioned that my big Aliso, the one that does pop up, which was one of the very, very first ones out, so it was probably 10 years old, seems to have just last week stopped steaming. I don't know, I might see if I can give it a good clean and see if I can fix it. But at the same time, I've ordered a new one because it is very old. It's done me very well. And I do like my pop-up, so I will use that for my normal ironing board, and this will just be my little travel one or my little on my lap at night one. So yeah, that's the new Aliso Pro M3 Pro project irons. We've got about 3 left. We all got them at an introductory price, and they're yet to confirm what the ongoing price is, but I guess they're meaning it's going to be higher. So at the moment, they're $199 each, and $10 shipping, I think. So yeah, I'm sure mine would be at least 10 years old, Denise. It was certainly one of the first yellow ones, and I know they've improved an awful lot since then. And mine's always been fine. I know some people had problems with leaking water and things like that, but mine have always been great. So Fiona, 210 with shipping. Yeah. Okay, so that's a little mini Aliso Pro. So if we're working, at the moment we're frozen, I think. No, we're sort of working it just a bit laggy. Then let's go to the next phase of our Sunshine and Lollipops. So I have today followed my instructions and cut out my background fabric for the little teacup block that, where is it, that we did last week. Oh, I think I took my patterns downstairs. Where's my book? So this was by request from Fiona, wanted some assistance. So it's this little teapot block here. So I haven't done the background for the main block, mainly because we've run out of it and I didn't have a piece big enough. I've just got all the scraps. But it's just this little one here. So for that, I followed the instructions and I had to cut a square 8 inches of background fabric. It's down here. And it's also mentioned here. You've got to really read these instructions to find things. So one square 8 inch for the cherish cut block. And then I'm going to sit this over it here, and I can see through, but if not, I would put a light box, put it on top of a light box so I can see through. And then I'm going to just lay out all my pieces. And I can only just see through, but that's enough. Now, last week I couldn't find my stem, and I still haven't bothered to go and find my stem. That's all right. I might just stitch my stem afterwards. I can just embroider that. That'll be okay. Okay, so, and then I'm just going to put a little dot of Roxanne's basting glue. This is thin, so I do need it to be little, and I've got my big bulk one here, so I'd be better off if I had my little pointy needle one. But that's okay. There's a couple of little dots in the center of each one. And remembering that underneath this, we didn't glue that edge over because it was going to be underneath, so we just left that flat. And then I'm just going to hit that with my iron to set that glue and dry it. And because I'm going to stitch that stem, if I had a pencil, let's see if I've got a pencil. It doesn't look like I do in this bag. I've only got permanent pens. But if I had a pencil, I would just mark my stem too, but that's all right. I can just stitch that by eye because it's just going to be a stem straight down there. Again, in the original, it's actually a turned piece of applique, a fabric stem, but I just forgot to find that to finish that off, and I think a stitch stem will be just as good. All right, and now I'm ready to stitch. I'm just going to move some things out of the way so I don't burn myself. Okay, and I'm going to be using an applique needle and a fine blending thread. So I'm going to be using a Wonderful Deco Bob thread. We're still going, we haven't frozen yet. We're not doing too badly. It is better, isn't it? Slightly better, but it's still just a bit fuzzy. It's just not nice and clear. On my screen, like, it's beautiful and clear, but if I look at the actual feed, it's not. It's fuzzy. So that's a shame. Let me just have a look at the setting, if I can get any higher. Oh, we'll see if that gets any better. I've just changed the resolution to a bit higher, but it also then might mean we freeze. We'll see. Yeah, actually, I think we've frozen. Oh, no, we're back there. All right. But is it any clearer? Not quite sure. Okay, so the applique stitch. We are going to tie a knot and thread the needle and then come up and just take the edge fold of the fabric. Let's zoom in. Hi, Lynn. Welcome. Lynn, you missed out. I showed you this nice gin with that pretty pink lid. See? It's pink. You missed that. Is it a focusing? No, it's not. No, it's not a focus thing. It should be autofocus. So it's not that. Okay. Just come in a bit closer. The main thing, it's so clear on my screen. Home from work early, so enjoying watching live. Leanne, hi. Debbie, hi. But all good, can still see. Okay, so a little bit closer. So I've come up through the background and I've just caught the edge fold of the fabric. And then I'm holding it so that my thumb is pinching that nice and flat on the fabric. So it's not, if I was holding it here, that would just flap around off the fabric. If I pinch it nice and close, then it doesn't move. It stays where I want it. I'm going to go straight back down in the same hole, but just through the background. Slide along, catch the fold. Roxanne's glue, Karen. Yes, it does. It's water soluble. It washes out. Hi, Rosie. Straight back down, but just through the background. Move along, catch the edge fold. And I just continue to move my thumbnail along and pinch it nice and close to the edge so that the fabric's not flopping around and your needle goes exactly where you want it. As you pull the thread through, just give it a little tug. And the little tiny piece of thread that's on the top, because you've come straight up and straight down, so it's a very short piece, that will just sink into the weave of the fabric, of the applique fabric. And even if I was using a black or a yellow thread, you would not see it because it's just the smallest piece of thread is actually on the front of the fabric. If you've got any little points where you glued last week, because they are tiny curves, then you can use the needle to try and tuck those points in, or sometimes just a stitch right on the point will smooth it out and tuck it in. Freezing on and off. Frozen again. I'll drop it down the resolution again and just see if that makes any difference to both freezing and to the blurriness. Tell me if it gets any clearer. Let's drop it right down, actually. I'll drop it down to standard. Right now we're frozen. Let's give it a chance to catch up. Perhaps I'll need some gin. Okay, I've confused it too much now, haven't I? Let's just switch back for a minute, then we'll try again. All right, so I'm still here, I think. Or is that frozen too? Yeah, no, I'm still here. So let's now switch back and see if it works again. Eighty weight is popular, Melissa, for applique. I don't personally use it because I find it just breaks for me. And I use it for EPP as well, and it just snaps because it's a cotton. It's not strong enough. You can still hear me, Pauline. Yeah. Sadly, you can usually still hear me, but I found that out. So luckily, I don't swear because at first I didn't realize you could still hear me when I was frozen. So because sometimes I feel like I want to. Okay, are we still frozen? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, well, maybe I'll go back to that different resolution. Maybe it didn't like that at all. Oh, I was trying to be too clever. And hi, Tina. Hi, Caroline. Hi, Lynette. So I used to always use the superior bottom line 60 weight poly. That was really hard to get for a few years. It's just come back in now. So I've switched to Wonderful Deco Bob, which is an 80 weight poly. Very fine. The one I'm actually using at the moment was actually a 100 weight Invisifil, actually. Yeah, the 100 weight Invisifil or the 60 weight 80 weight Decabob is what I'm using now, Anita. And literally it just sinks into everything. It just disappears, but it's also nice and strong. So for EPP or when I'm giving it that little tug, it just doesn't snap and wear in the needle because it's nice and strong. So we seem to not be having any luck to finish this off. Okay, we'll try once more. See if I can finish it off. Oh, yes. Okay, we have movement. So let's not change anything. The number is the fineness, Jeanette. Yes, so the higher the number, the finer the thread is. Same with needles. The higher the number, the finer the needle is. Okay, so I'm still stitching along here, straight up, straight down, move along, catch the edge fold, just through the background. Now, remember last week when we glued this, we had an inner point, and at the inner point, we had to cut all the way to the edge and try and drag over that little raw thread. So at an inner point, you take a couple of stitches in the same place just to make sure you couch down that raw thread that potentially could poke its little nose out, because that's what we don't want. And then we just continue in the new direction. So once it's all prepped and glued up, as you can see, the stitching part was actually quite quick. You could, of course, do this by machine as well, because the paper's staying in there, remember, it doesn't have to come out. Are you all in the Facebook group for Sunshine and Lollipops? Because I've been seeing quite a few finishes, lots of different fabric choices, several different techniques people are using, and several people using the papers that are very thankful to have that method to make the needle turn simpler for them when they're such fiddly pieces. Okay, so I'll keep working my way around until I'm finished. But if there's any questions, that's pretty much Hi, Wendy. Watering. Yes, no, it's been a hot day. Probably need some water. So yeah, so in here you'd have an inner point where you have to do a double stitch and couch down. And in here, you're going to have a few. So there's the top and the bottom of each side. You've got that little stray thread that's poking out because we had a little inner point there. The rest, the smooth ones, are easy. You might have had little tails here. There's a little tail there. So I would just tuck that under as I'm stitching with my needle, and he would be tucked down. And that's your teacup. It'll be done. So that will be finished by next week, and I'm just going to stitch my little stem because I was too lazy to find my missing piece of paper and glue it onto fabric, but I think it'll be fine as a stitch stem because let's switch back. If I'm frozen again, we don't need it anymore, and hopefully we'll go back to one camera, and hopefully that will be all right. No sound either. Lost your voice. Okay. All right, it's all right for some. Okay. All right, well, and you can't hear me either now. That's really strange because I'm still here and the camera, that's still on. Oh, I'm back. Yeah, okay. Good. Okay. We struggled through to the end. Oh, and Robin, you didn't lose it at all. You were fine. That's interesting. So maybe that one wasn't from my end. That's interesting. A few of you lost it and a few of you didn't. Anyway, we got through it. What color Deco Bob is best? So we actually have a tube of 12 colors which cover all your blending colors and a black and a red and some of the ones that you would, if you were doing all red, you would use a red thread sort of thing. Probably the silver. The silver is a very good blending color. So silver and the dove gray. And this color here is in the that's in the Invisifil. I'm not sure. They've just introduced a whole heap of new colours in the Deco Bob, but I'm not sure if that's sort of tanny colours in it. But having said that, when I get my act together, Jennifer from Wonderfil is waiting for me to choose my favourite colours, and they're actually going to produce my own little bobinator and my own pack of spools. So it's me that's holding it up because I have to choose the colours. And I've had a few other things on my list of things to do. So that'll be exciting when we've actually got Hugs and Kisses packs of Wonderfil threads. And then you'll know exactly what ones I like to use. Okay, so that's it for tonight. Yeah, let's go while the world. let's maybe finish up while we're still hanging in there. You're being very patient. Next week, during the week, I'm going to test on Joe's laptop and maybe Joe's son's gaming laptop again to eliminate where we're losing this. That's really weird that we've lost sound again. But some people must have still had it because you heard what I said. That's interesting. Really strange. Okay, yeah, see, still working for Robin. Still working for some and not for others. Very strange. Yeah, mine is frozen though. And no sound. Weird. All right, okay. So I'm going to finish up there. That is weird. Half of you, it's fine, and half of you have nothing. So I can't understand that because that makes no sense. That sounds like it's not my fault. That's something on your end or something. Yeah, well, you're all got it. Okay, we'll just keep working through this. One day, if I give in and buy a new laptop and a whole new studio, if we might not have issues. Oh, the jar. Vienna, I would have forgotten the jar. So this week we have a spare homespun magazine for part 1 for the giveaway. So I will draw it, and maybe you won't be able to see it, but I will know who won. And if you don't want the magazine because you've already got it, just when you send us a message, if you're the winner, just let us know that you don't want that, and we'll give it away next week to someone who hasn't got it yet. Okay, I'm going to get a winner. I'm going to hide the comments so I can see, and then get a winner. And it is Karen Walker. Okay, so I had picture and sound. Wow, that's amazing, Amanda. Okay, so YouTube was fine. Oh, that just confuses me even more. It's just adding something else to the mix. Okay, so Karen, are you still here? So 1, you still need to be here, and 2, yes, do you want the magazine or do you want something else? Just let Joe know when you're in next, if you'd like the magazine or whether you've already got it and want something else. Because I have shown you, haven't I, that it also has my other project, my Fruit Tingles project in it. So it's not just the it's not just the block of the month in there. There's lots of other nice projects. Something else, please. No worries, Karen. We can redraw this one next week because there'll be someone that's been waiting anxiously for their magazine. But that's fine. We'll get something out of the goodie box for you. Joe's asking what is everyone else watching on? So she's on iiNet. She couldn't hear. I'm on TPG, and let me see if I go off of Wi-Fi. Yep. Okay. If I go off of Wi-Fi, I'm there. Okay, that's interesting. So I was frozen and had no sound, but when I went on to 4G, it worked, I think. Anyway, who knows? Hope you can have a good week, and better than me. And we'll try again next week. We'll try again next week. See how we go, one step at a time. And I'm hoping to get a few more finishes done. And I have some more things to show you next week. So I hope you get some good stitches in. And Bentley's happily snoring down here at his bed finally, now that we're about to finish. And we'll talk to you next week. Okay, bye for now. Oh, hello to Mum if she's watching. I forgot to say that, if she's remembered to watch. So YouTube seemed to be fine. Yeah, okay. All right, if you're watching on replay, hopefully you've got patience to get through it. Okay, bye. Night all.